Hello YouTubers, this is Average Joe Video, and today I am going to provide you with a long-term review of the Yamaha PW3028 pressure washer. I have owned this unit for approximately 3 years, so I'm going to give you my honest opinion and go over some of the features as well. Okay, first I'm going to talk about the specifications. This particular pressure washer is 3000 psi and it is 2.8 gallons per minute. Now it's very important to think about the gallons per minute anytime you're buying a pressure washer, because if you have high PSI but you don't have the water flow to go along with it, you really lack the cleaning power that is necessary. This unit has a great balance of both. While we are talking about PSI and gallons per minute, we need to talk about the pump that is on this unit. This unit features a CAT pump. And if you don't know anything about CAT pumps, they are extremely high quality and you are able to get rebuild kits. Most of the pressure washers that are found in the box stores do not have rebuildable pumps. This pump even has its own oil, and it does have an indicator to show the oil level, and you are able to change it. The other thing that this pressure washer features is no flat tires. I have had pressure washers in the past, and inevitably, every time you go to use it, one or both of the tires are flat. You don't have to worry about that with the Yamaha. The Yamaha also features a 30-foot stainless steel braided high pressure hose. This hose is very durable. I haven't had any nicks or cuts in the hose since I started using it, and I drag this on the ground. It's susceptible to whatever I'm washing. You're not really paying attention to the hose, you're paying attention to whatever you're cleaning. It also features a very nice pressure wand. It has a comfortable grip, and it's not tiring to hold because there is also that intermediate grip that you see there in the center, and that can be flipped around to be used on the other side as well. This unit also features a 5-in-1 nozzle. The blue that you see is a rubber, so if you bump it against the surface, you're not going to scratch anything. This is super convenient. You're not fumbling around looking for tips, and you can see that it also pivots, which makes it easy to get under different things at a different angle. In addition, this unit has a fuel cap that is very easy to remove and replace. You can see there I accidentally filled it a little bit too full, but that red insert is actually an in-tank fuel filter, so that catches all of the particles as you're dumping fuel in there. You don't have to worry about that working its way to the carburetor and then to the engine. This unit also features an onboard detergent tank. Yamaha really thought of everything, because on this particular unit there is a drain that you can drain the bowl of the carburetor for storage. So before I put this away for the winter, that is one of the steps that I follow. I loosen that Phillips head screw and drain any remaining gas out of the bowl. This unit features a Yamaha MZ200 engine, which is 192 cc's. It is a 4-stroke overhead valve air-cooled engine, so it's Yamaha. It's going to be very reliable. Additionally, this unit has a gasoline petcock that allows you to shut off the gas, which helps you run the unit dry prior to storage. Okay, now it's time to start the unit so that you can see this pressure washer in action. As you can see, I am just connecting the garden hose. That's the first step. You never want to run the unit without water going through it. Then I'm going to go ahead and turn on the fuel petcock, which is simply moving that lever to the down position. Then I'm going to move the choke to the run position. It is a warm day, but I have to give it some choke or it will not start immediately. Next, I'm going to go ahead and turn the kill switch to the on position. Then I'm going to go ahead and turn on the water supply. Now, before you go to start the motor, you want to be sure to prime the system. And by priming the system, we are simply running water through to remove any pockets of air. And the pockets of air are due to the garden hose being disconnected and reconnected, in addition to pockets of air that may be in the high pressure hose. Once we've done that, we can go ahead and squeeze the trigger and give the starter rope a pull, and you can see that the engine is running on the first pull. It looks like I gave it a little bit too much choke there. Sometimes that's hard to judge whenever it's really hot outside, but I like to give it some choke rather than no choke at all. Once the engine is running, you want to give it a few minutes to warm up. Remember, this has an auto idle down feature, so the RPMs that you're hearing now are the low idle RPMs. Once the unit has a demand for high pressure, the engine will rev up automatically, and that's what's nice about the auto idle down feature. Not only is it saving pump wear and engine wear, it is saving fuel. Keep in mind that on any pressure washer, it's not good to just let it sit there and idle without using the water, because the water is what's keeping the pump mechanism cool. Most units have a blow-off valve so that if the water gets way too hot, it will automatically start blowing off the water. But because of that idle down feature, I have never had a problem with that yet, and I've left it idle for at least 5 to 10 minutes, not necessarily on purpose, but it has been done because I've had someone come up and talk to me while I was running it, and then I just stopped using the wand and had a conversation and realized that it was still running. That also brings me to my next point. It is super quiet. So when it is in the idle position, you absolutely can have a conversation with someone. You're not yelling over it. Typically, the pressure washers that are found in box stores are always running at full RPM. They do not have the auto idle down feature, and they are so noisy that after a while your ears are ringing. I found that whenever I used that type of pressure washer, I actually had to wear ear protection if I was using it for any length of time, because it actually made my ears ring for several hours whenever I was done. That is not the case with the Yamaha. Yamaha thought of everything with this pressure washer. It is reliable, it is durable, and this is after 3 years of use. Now, you might have noticed whenever I was starting the wand earlier that there were a couple drips coming from it. That's because I believe I have a bad O-ring in the wand itself, which isn't bad after 3 years of use. That's kind of expected because that's just a wear item. It deteriorates over time, but the washer itself is absolutely unbelievable. I should also mention that the pressure washer comes with a 3-year limited warranty if you are a consumer and you're using it for residential use. So here again, I wasn't really concerned about the warranty because I know Yamaha is extremely reliable, but I will say that most of the pressure washers that are found in box stores only have a 1-year warranty. So that definitely tells you something about the quality. One other thing I forgot to mention is that this unit has a 1-gallon fuel tank. So this unit can run for hours before you have to worry about refueling it, which is nice, because there's nothing worse than being in the middle of a project and having to stop to refuel. Now, in case you're curious, this unit currently has an MSRP of $839. When I bought this unit 3 years ago, I was able to get it out the door for about $705. I don't believe that the MSRP has went up that much, so depending on your dealer, you should be able to negotiate a little bit. I will tell you, with COVID, I know that the production of Yamaha power products is limited, so the inventory is not as high as it usually is, but I would still give it a try. If you're interested in buying one of these, I would still try to negotiate a better price with your dealer, because typically they can move a little bit off of the MSRP. So what is my overall review of this unit after owning it for 3 years? My overall review is that it is outstanding. Yamaha thought of everything when they designed this pressure washer. It is second to none. So if you are in the market for a new pressure washer, you owe it to yourself to look closely at the Yamaha PW3028. And finally, if you like this video, be sure to smash that like button, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching.